let's understand from the management how do they see the outlook for the business going ahead. We have Sridharan Rangarajan, CFO at Carborundum. Hi, a very good morning, Sridhar. Thank you so much for joining us today on ET Now. Firstly, we have seen a good jump onto the profit figure. Tell us how the different segments have performed this time around. Where do you see the growth was driven by? Which segment has been the best performer? And going ahead, what will drive the growth for you and what's the expectation on that line?
Good morning. I think thanks for inviting us. Carborundum grew 40% this year to 4,600 crores. 50% of the growth came from acquisition that we had recently from Germany. One is Rhodeus Abrasive, the other one is Avco Abrasive. The rest of the 50% is an organic growth, and it's an all-around performance. I would say that ceramics had an excellent growth, over 25%. EMD, electromineral, also had an excellent growth, 25% plus. Abrasive had a 15% growth, but large portion of that came from the acquisition. If you exclude the acquisition, the domestic growth was 5%. This is one area we need to work on and improve. And your next question was, where do you expect the future growth to come from? I think we have three segments, and all the three segments are doing fine. Ceramics in particular is doing fine, and we expect the growth on ceramics to continue even next year as well. So electrominerals, the same way. I think we expect the next year to grow at about 15 to 18% top line, including the acquisition that we did this year. So that's where we are looking at.
Rangarajan, this is Vinny joining in the conversation as well, and healthy margins is what we're seeing this time, obviously from the company, and raw material prices have corrected. That is something that is supporting the margins. But what is a sustainable level in terms of margins that we could expect from the company? Are these levels is what you're looking at, or what would be the guidance for FY24?
So I think, see, this year at Consol level, we did ceramics, PBIT margin is about 24%, electrominerals is about 17%, and abrasives 5%, largely because of the acquisition that came in. I think we expect the ceramics margin to stay and probably slightly improve. Electromineral margin is also likely to stay. Abrasive margin is likely to improve, because we will be doing better, post this acquisition, so we will be doing better.
Okay, moving on, if you can just share your outlook on the international business. How do you see the exports panning out from here on?
So we have more than 50% of our turnover comes outside of India. These are revenues residing outside of India in geographies like Europe, US, Russia, and these are the geographies we do business with. I think so far so good. Our outlook looks very firm. I think there are softening of demand that we are seeing in Europe, but I think there is also a lot of opportunity, because people with good cost competition will survive and will probably be better off in this situation.
Understand in terms of the recent acquisitions that the company has made, when can we expect that break even by? What is the synergies, the benefits? When will we start seeing them from these acquisitions? And what is the growth guidance here?
So we did two acquisitions, Rhodeus Abrasives, which roughly does about 65 million euro. We expect in about 2027, they should reach about 100 to 110 million euro. This is what we are expecting. And I think they will do a PBIT margin by then about 12%. This is what our current trajectory of growth. And there are 6 synergies that we are looking at in these acquisitions. The first one is pretty much on the ground, which is basically sourcing some of the raw materials that we produce from our electromineral divisions, which is definitely already on. A sizable portion of our their sourcing is now going from us. So that is really on. We need to now start using, how can we use Rhodeus brand in India and how can we put Indian products, some of our products which are on the higher end of the spectrum, which Rhodius is not manufacturing, put through their distribution network. These are some of the work that we need to happen. We just did a year back this acquisition, so I think in the next 3 years we will start seeing these benefits to really mature, and then we'll start seeing these in our results.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Sridhar, for joining us today on ET Now and helping with the outlook for the growth ahead for the company. With this, we'll let you go on that.